Hey guys, how's it going? This is the Stupendous Wave, and in this video we'll be looking at the Jurassic World Basher's Ankylosaurus. So first off, let's go ahead and start off with the packaging. So of course we get the Jurassic World up here on the left hand corner, and then we get the T-Rex here on the right hand corner. Just let me move that. Very nice detailed image, by the way. The T-Rex does look quite nice here. Of course, the original Rex from the film. And of course, it says Ankylosaurus 4+, bashing attack, Hasbro logo, excuse me. Then we get the Gimmick here. You can actually see the Gimmick inside of the packaging. Pull it back, the leg actually bashes, not the leg, excuse me, the tail. And if you push it forward, the head actually elongates, which is pretty interesting. And yeah, it's just nice to know that Hasbro is letting the kids kind of test out the gimmicks in the figure before they actually purchase it. So on this side, we just see Jurassic World Ankylosaurus, and on the back, we see a nice figure of the Ankylosaurus, again, the leg right here. The Jurassic World logo, it says a ferocious fight for survival up top, Ankylosaurus, bashing tail, and Ankylosaurus again, Jurassic World logo, or one of the Universal logo, the Hasbro logo, and then over here we get Jurassic World and Ankylosaurus again. And of course on front, I forgot to mention this, this kind of is showing off a little bit of what I assume is the color change from the Indominus Rex bad boy figure, because it goes from like a whitish blue color into a red color, which the Indominus Rex toy actually does, the larger one, which will be reviewed on this channel very soon. So yeah, that's kind of what I think it's implying. And of course we get a little bit of a bubble here, and that's about it. A very nice displayed figure and some little ropes. So now that we've checked out the packaging, let's go ahead and open up this figure and review it. Okay guys, welcome back. So now, as you can see, we have this figure out of the packaging, and let's go ahead and check it out. So real quick, it looks really good actually. I'm really quite impressed with this figure. Hasbro has done a really good job with, I believe, all of the Jurassic World toys I've seen thus far, and of course the Bashers and Biters that I own. But this is actually a really nice figure. Of course, Ankylosaurus here. But let's go ahead and start off with the sculpt. So starting with the tail, the sculpt is of course got its signature whipping tail right here, which is awesome. Glad that they did that. And then of course the spikes go down. A little bit of a break here, which is very interesting. I don't know if you can see that, almost like a seam. But that's pretty, whoops, sorry about that. But that's a little bit disappointing. It would have been nice if they got rid of that little seam there. But other than that, the spikes look really good. Again, unfortunate screw holes right there. On the side, we get some various ridges and bumps here. We get the bumps again on the side, and you can kind of see where it changes from the armored plating to the actual skin of the animal, which I really like. At the bottom, of course, you get various other bumps, and then, of course, another line down there, seam. Some writing here. And now moving to the legs, they look really good. They're each done individually. They're not like tied together like some figures would, which I really like. Up here they're done the same way. The sculpt is overall great. The head looks nice. The front, of course, carrying on that armory look, and it looks like a really nice Ankylosaurus figure. On the other side, the unfortunate screws, I wish they were gone. That is the main complaint I have with these figures. But hey, not a really big one. There's a lot worse things that could happen. Again, more on this back leg. So overall, the sculpt is very good, and I am very happy with it. So now, let's move on to the paint. So predominantly, we have the darker tan color on top, as you can see here. Again, it's shiny. All of these figures are shiny because of the plastic type. And then we move on to this almost grayish tannish color below here with various brown dots along the figure. The dino damage is of course red with a couple of white bones painted in there to of course represent the bones of the figure. And real quick at the bottom, there are no peg holes, but it is nice that they decided to sculpt the bottom of the feet a little bit. So yes, two main colors except for on the dino damage and the eyes, which which we'll check out right here. The eye looks very, very good. It's kind of a darker brown color, which still looks nice. But other than that, we just got the dark tan color, the brown color, with the Jurassic World logo right there. We get the dark brown color. We get the kind of darker red color here with the white, and then the kind of changed color here with the eye, and inside the mouth we get a little bit of a pink. And a little bit disappointing that they didn't decide to paint the teeth, but you know what, that's very, very minor. We can all live with that. It looks good. So overall, the paint is a little bit lackluster on this figure. I believe the Stegoceratops, as far as it's painted slightly better. It's got more paint detail on it. But at the same time, how much can you really put onto a figure like this? It's $10, like I say, for the price point, a $10 figure. It's really good. I give it the thumbs up. So now that we've talked about that, let's go ahead and talk about the articulation and the gimmick. So what the gimmick is, you take this back leg and you can either do it this way, which will do a bashing action for the tail, which is awesome, or you can move it that way, which will elongate the head similar to the Stegoceratops, which is a little bit different. I definitely prefer the smashing head, the tail, because this just seems a little bit different or strange. But you know, I'm glad they added in 2 options instead of just 1, because bonus is always better with this. Again, with this pose right here, I really, really like this pose where you just got the tail up and he's just ready to go and ready to just bash at someone. I really like it. Again, and now with the articulation, of course we do get movement here. You can move this forward, but it will always move this forward. It will always move the head forward, and you can move it back, but it then again will always move the tail. You can move this. This is about as far back as it goes. It's hindered by the rest of it, and it's quite a tight joint, but you can get it to move that far forward. On the other side, we get this, and you can move this other leg, and you can move it fairly far back, in fact. And then again, just about that far forward, being hindered by this, and the front leg can move that far back and that far forward. So overall, what are my thoughts on this figure? I really quite like it. It's a very nice figure. Like I said, I actually think that the Stegoceratops is slightly better than this, but this dinosaur will appear in the film, and I do like it. These figures have impressed me so far. The $10 price point is very attractive for these figures. So if you got $10 to spend, you're a fan of Ankylosaurus, you can do a lot worse than this figure. So anyway, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and have a great day.